The heaviest artificial objects to reach space include space stations, various upper stages, and discarded space shuttle external tanks. Spacecraft may change mass over time, such as by use of propellant. Currently, the heaviest spacecraft is the International Space Station, nearly double Shuttle Mir's mass in orbit. It began assembly with a first launch in 1998, however it only attained its full weight in the 2020s. The International Space Station is the largest modular space station in low Earth orbit. The project involves 5 space agencies. The ISS program evolved from the Space Station Freedom, a 1984 American proposal to construct a permanently crewed Earth orbiting station, and the contemporaneous Russian Mir 2 proposal from 1976 with similar aims. The ISS is the 9th space station to be inhabited by crews. It weighs around 450,000 kilograms. On number 2 is Mir. Mir was a space station that operated in low Earth orbit from 1986 to 2001, operated by the Soviet Union and later by Russia. Mir was the first modular space station and was assembled in orbit from 1986 to 1996. It had a greater mass than any previous spacecraft. At the time, it was the largest artificial satellite in orbit, succeeded by the ISS after Mir's orbit decayed. Mir was the first continuously inhabited long-term research station in orbit, and held the record for the longest continuous human presence in space at 3,644 days, until it was surpassed by the ISS on the 23rd of October 2010. It holds the record for the longest single human spaceflight, with Valery Polyakov spending 437 days and 18 hours on the station between 1994 and 1995. It weighs about 129,700 kilograms. Coming up next is Space Shuttle Orbiter. It is the spaceplane component of the Space Shuttle, a partially reusable orbital spacecraft system that was part of the discontinued Space Shuttle program. Operated from 1977 to 2011 by NASA, the U.S. Space Agency, this vehicle could carry astronauts and payloads into low Earth orbit, perform in space operations, then re-enter the atmosphere and land as a glider, returning its crew and any onboard payload to the Earth. The heaviest shuttle in these 6 craft was the Columbia weighing. Coming up is Tiangong Space Station. Tiangong, officially the Tiangong Space Station, is a permanently crewed space station constructed by China and operated by China Manned Space Agency in low Earth orbit between 340 and 450 kilometers above the surface. It is China's first long-term space station, part of the Tiangong program and the core of the 3rd step of the China Manned Space Program. It has a pressurized volume of 340 meter cube, slightly over 1/3 the size of the International Space Station, weighing 59,874.2 kilograms. Last on this list is Buran. Buran was the first spaceplane to be produced as part of the Russian Buran program. It is named after the Asian wind. Buran completed one uncrewed spaceflight in 1988 and was destroyed in the 2002 collapse of its storage hangar. The Buran-class orbiters used the expendable Energer rocket, a class of super heavy lift launch vehicle. It had a weight of 56,245.5 kilograms. That's all for today. See you in another video.